Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn and welcome to the channel. We have some more reaction content for you, and today we are checking out the official teaser trailer for the Super Mario Brothers movie. And whoo-wee! Yeah, here we are with finally actually getting to see this after it was initially like revealed and announced and stuff, but we never got to see anything about it, right? Nintendo was like, we're doing a Mario Brothers movie, and everyone thought back to that atrocious ass movie from like the 80s, and we were like, oh no. Well, I mean, you know, Detective Pikachu and the Sonic movies have been cool. Maybe this won't suck. And then they were like, by the way, we got Chris Pratt doing the voice of Mario. And we were like, oh, okay. I don't want you to do Chris Pratt. Like, I understand Chris Pratt, very beloved actor. He generally, like, especially back from his days in Parks and Rec, he was the nice, cute 94. Damn, I thought it was older than that. Chris Pratt, very beloved actor. I was introduced to Chris Pratt through Parks and Recreation, where he was just like the lovable oaf on that show. He ended up being able to jump into the big time with Guardians of the Galaxy. Someone was happy to correct me if he actually hit the big time somewhere else, but that's when I remember him going from the dude on Parks and Recreation to the dude in Guardians of the Galaxy. Unfortunately, Chris Pratt as a human being, while he puts on the like I care thing, there's a couple things that have come out about him that apparently he's just kind of like not a great dude. He's a privileged white dude who has privileged white dude views, and yeah. But the thing that everyone was like nervous about, of course, was Chris Pratt doing the voice work. And before we even click play, I have heard that the Mario voice in this is literally just Chris Pratt talking, which is the reason for the controversy even more, because Chris Pratt, before this trailer ever came out, was like, I've been doing tons of vocal training and I've put in the work to make Mario sound excellent, and it's unlike anything I've ever done before and unlike anything you've ever heard before. And we're like, really? Okay. Then this trailer came out and I've seen nothing on Twitter but people being like, he literally just read off of a piece of paper in his normal speaking voice, and I was like, oh, goody. But I've heard that it looks good otherwise, and I've heard that Jack Black's Bowser looks good, sounds good. So we'll find out for ourselves. I've not watched any of this beyond a couple of GIFs that have been floating around the internet. So without further ado, here we go. I need some volume. Damn.
Behold, the king of the Koopas!
Hi, Kamek. How are you?
Open the gates!
Okay. Also, I'm glad that they just... I like the penguin grin.
That is but a taste of our fury. Do you yield?
I do not.
Why does Bowser even have an
I
army?
found it. Now who's gonna stop me?
What is this place?
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
Okay. a minute. Okay, I saw people freaking out about where the fuck's Luigi at? Isn't he right there? Like there's Luigi right there. Maybe I'm missing some context of whatever it is that people were talking about. I'm glad Toad sounds like that's how I always imagined him. What instead of like hi shit that he had in some of the other games where it's just this high pitched thing. Okay, so you know, it's perfectly fine to bag on Chris Pratt, but one thing that I'm gonna say is that, like, right, he doesn't talk much in this trailer.
Come on, Mario!
But
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
I feel like people are being a little harsh on him, okay? There's plenty of reasons to bag on Chris Pratt. It's definitely, so, like, one, it does still sound like Chris Pratt, but it doesn't sound the way that I expected it to sound. I literally expected Chris Pratt, if I'm Chris Pratt, this is my voice. Mushroom Kingdom, here we come. Like, that is just my voice, right? He's definitely put a little bit of accent on it, right? Like, because Mario's supposed to be Italian, he's got a little bit of an accent in there. I agree, Eve. Let voice actors do voice acting work. I 100% agree. That is a different conversation and a global problem, right? Like, that's a very massive issue of Hollywood camera talent taking voice acting jobs. I agree. Camera talent needs to get the fuck out of voice acting jobs because already voice acting jobs were like really hard, and there was major voice actors that were just taking a whole lot of the work because they were recognized talent, and that's an industry problem. I mean, you got voices like Tara Strong and Matt Mercer, and I can't remember the dude's name. Like, I can picture his face, but god damn it, I can't think of his name right now. Troy Baker also does a ton of voice acting work and stuff like that. And nothing against them as voice actors, right? They have a lot of talent. They do exceptional work, but they aren't camera actors. There's no difference between voice actors and camera actors. Yes, there is. You take the exact same classes. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but the fact of the matter is that the work pool continues to get smaller because the big names take all of the work. And when you have camera actors coming in to do voice acting jobs, that makes the pool of work even smaller. And that's the issue, is that you got these large people that are taking all of the work. I do know that camera actors, because I forget what it's called like RDE or something like that. They end up doing a lot of voice acting for their camera work because they'll re-record their lines in a booth and it gets slapped over top of the camera because it's really, really difficult to get good, clean recordings of people talking on a set. It might be easier now that we got shit like all this green screen voice acting and stuff like that, but they do that same stuff. But the idea is that they're moving away from being on camera actors and starting to eat into voice acting jobs, and that's a problem. Phil Lamar is a huge voice actor, started on film. If you transition from one to the other, that's slightly different, but we got people that are just trying to be both and do both when you don't need to do both, when there's already such a limited amount of work. The debate annoys because people are mad at celebs, not actors. It's misdirected, and maybe that's a good way to phrase it, real. But in the example of the Super Mario Brothers movie, right? Chris Pratt was not hired for this job because he is a good voice actor. He was hired for this job because Chris Pratt is a big name celebrity. And they are like Nintendo, Universal Pictures, and Illumination are hoping that putting Chris Pratt's name on the poster will mean that more people will go see this movie, because he is a big name celebrity. So I will agree with you on that one. I think that's a good way to phrase it, of that people are mad at celebrities, not actors. And I think that's a very fair statement. He wasn't hired for Guardians of the Galaxy because he was a good actor either. He was hired for Guardians of the Galaxy because he threw his agent at him to the point that he said, "You get me that role, I don't care what I have to do." He's talked about just how hard he worked for Guardians of the Galaxy. He wasn't a big celebrity at that point in time. Guardians of the Galaxy is part of what turned him into a big celebrity. But Marvel just churns out actors all over the place because they're just like, new people, new roles, new people, new roles, new roles, new people, new roles. We got more heroes coming in. We need this hero. We need that hero. Bring that series in. So, I mean, I don't feel like being a good actor is a requirement to get into Marvel movies, because you're going onto a theme park ride of cinema, and that's all Marvel movies are. I enjoy the theme park ride, but they're not meant to be good movies, okay? They're meant to be an enjoyable experience and not much beyond that. I'm still waiting on a Star Fox anime series after Nintendo did that 15-minute anime short to promote Star Fox Zero. One, welcome in Leonardo, and two, I would love to see Nintendo not treat Star Fox like the bastard child that they seem to think that it is. Star Fox always gets one of the shortest ends of the stick. Yes, there's other Nintendo franchises that get really short sticks too. Looking at you, poor F-Zero, and in a lot of ways, Metroid. But Star Fox is just like kind of like just like looked at on the side. They're the crying cat in the background. You tell me Ryan Reynolds, after Green Lantern, was hired for his acting rather than his personality. Ryan Reynolds is hired for his personality. 100% hired for his personality. But back to this, I do feel like people are being unreasonably harsh against Chris Pratt. You can bag on Chris Pratt all you want for being a celebrity, getting into places that he shouldn't be in just because he's a celebrity. But this is definitely not Chris Pratt's normal speaking voice.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
It is definitely not his normal speaking voice. He is definitely trying to do a Mario style accent. Is it great? I don't know. We heard him say like, ooh, 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 Mushroom Kingdom, here we come. Like he said like maybe 8 words in this whole damn trailer. So I don't know if it's going to be good. It might not be, but you know what? It's also not going to matter that much either, because really we're just going to watch a Super Mario movie. That's what we're here for, right? Like, and honestly, this looks pretty sick. Like, I think it looks really good. Illumination did a really good job. I have a problem with the malleability of this penguin's beak in the way that he's able to smirk a moment later as his soldiers charge forward. Look at this. Look at this beak bend. Look at this beak bend. That's what I take issue with. Not Chris Pratt's bad Italian accent. I take issue with my realism being broken by this beak being able to bend into a grin, okay? Also the fact that like again, I asked this earlier, why did Bowser ever bring an entire army? This dude torched the entire castle by himself. Like he's just like, yeah, I got Koopas, probably just to make me feel better, because really all I'm gonna do is just breathe fire and torch your entire place by my fucking self, because he's standing a hot distance away from it, and the dude is just able to just torch this thing from. Look at that shot. Why are we here? I don't know. I feel like Chris Pratt is more accurate to Mario is supposed to sound like versus traditional Mario. He's from Brooklyn, not Italy. I mean, Mario's always been an isekai. Like, I don't know if people know that, but the entire series of Mario Brothers is an isekai game where Mario gets pulled into the world of the Super Mario Brothers and proceeds on from there. He could sound like whatever the hell you want, but I, again, feel like people are being unreasonably harsh on Chris Pratt for specifically the voice acting part. At least no penguin boobs? Not yet. Don't tempt them. Sonic would have had penguin boobs? Oh, absolutely. Oh, hey, you watched the trailer. We did. It's actually pretty good. Bowser is all about those minions, right? He just needs people to lord over. He's like, yes, serve me. Serve me. He brought them for the bureaucracy. It's literally just there to make a statement. Nobody would take him seriously if he showed up by himself, right? He'd be like, yes, you must serve me. Give me your power stars. And they'd been like, whatever, fucking turtle bitch. And then he'd have to be like, man, come on, give me some respect. Flame blasts everyone. So, you know, those aren't minions. They aren't yellow. You're wrong, Eve. You straight up wrong. Koopas are yellow. Look at them. That is yellow. That is minion alpha right there. Look at them. You got magic minion Kamek in the front. You got soldier minion Koopas in the back. The OG minions. Minions wish that they could be as cool as Koopas. Anyway, so that's the Super Mario movie, Mario Bros. Trailer, as well as a discussion about celebrities and where they're encroaching on other people's jobs and what value they actually bring to a production. And in this case, I don't feel like Chris Pratt really brings any value to the production, but I also don't feel like his voice acting is nearly as bad as I saw everyone bagging on him on Twitter for. Maybe it's because I got these nice headphones that are like jamming the audio way down deep into my brain, but it is definitely not just Chris Pratt's regular speaking voice. There is an accent there. Whether it's good or bad, we're gonna need at least a few more lines to be able to tell. But come on, there was already really low hanging fruit for you to grab, and you decided to make up a fruit anyway. But so that's the Super Mario Brothers movie. I would love to hear what your thoughts are. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below, whether it's about the trailer, whether it's about voice actors versus camera actors or celebrities or wherever that sits. Put them down in the comments below. If you want to keep in the conversation elsewhere, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Speaking of Discord, we actually have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can watch together live on stream, because we do stream 4 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you do watch another video on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy.